Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another NBA 2K15 My Career game. It is game 3 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. We're pulling up this 3 over Dwight Howard, who is on the Bucks this season. We are in the Eastern Conference. We spent the previous 2 in the Western Conference, which is an absolute bloodbath from the first round to the last round. You guys remember, I think we had a quarterfinal series against the Spurs that won 7 games in our first season, the Rockets. So, you know, the Eastern Conference is a little bit of a let-up, but not with these Bucks, man, because they are definitely a stacked team. They proved it the last game, as we had Brook wide open, but Weaver's going to get the ball, and he's going to dunk it. The ball-headed rookie slamming it right there, as we find Joe Johnson wide open for 3, and Joe Johnson's not even going to help out the cause right now, but yeah, these Bucks, they proved they were for real the last game. They stole home court advantage from us, and the whole thing of today, the MO, get home court back. We need it. We absolutely need it. That is a huge advantage for us in this series, and it's something that we might not have for the rest of the playoffs. So we got to take advantage of it while we can, because we're the 4 seed. We probably won't have it against, you know, the 2-3 matchup, and if we play the 1 seed, then we might not have it either, as Joe Johnson knocks down a big 3 right there. We're on a nice little run. Denny Tice pulling up a jumper to help extend that lead to 6 points, and, you know, just in general, with our lack of talent, of course, I mentioned every single video, you know, because it's so important. We don't have Kobe. We have all these role players out here that we just need this game 3. I feel like it's just a game we need, you know. I don't want to go into game 4 and have to rely on Brook Lopez to actually make a dunk, because apparently that's too hard for him. Or like Joe Johnson make a layup. He missed the layup in the last game, I think. So you know, it's gonna be an adventure. And the one thing about our team, as you see, I was about to talk about the rebounding, like right on cue. You see one dude putting up a thing right there as we get a corner 3 to go. I actually have corner specialist as a badge. Like, I didn't have corner specialist for like the entire year, but I got it recently since I've been taking more 3s this season and making more of them, especially in the corner. I got that corner specialist badge. Not really too important, but I guess it can help us out for the season. But yeah, back to my point is that I already talked about our offensive deficiency so much. Rebounding, I harped on a little bit the last game. We were getting absolutely murdered on the boards. That's kind of the main reason why we actually lost that game, is Brandon Knight's going to get that dunk right there. Oh yeah, and Brandon Knight shot 6 for 6 from 3. That didn't help the cause at all. And also turnovers. There's quite a few reasons why we lost the game, as we throw our 4th turnover of the game. Not a good game for Tice passing the ball. We almost have as many turnovers as assists, as Brandon Knight still seems to be locked in like he was in game 2 to get the perfect release right there. I tried to do everything I could. I tried to help out Novak. I tried to come back to my man, and it just doesn't work out all the time. And yeah, so we're not really good defensively. I, you know, completely bagged on Novak the previous 2 videos because he was just giving up anything and everything that Jabari wanted. But, I mean, Brook Lopez is not a great defender. Stokes, our power forward, he's not really good at anything. And Joe Johnson, you know, he's a decent shooter, but now, and he's got good size, but Joe Johnson, not a great defender, but he's an okay defender. But if Joe Johnson is the 2nd best defender on your team, it's a little bit of a problem, as we get a beautiful pump fake there on Brandon Knight. Denny Tice is going to pull up the jumper right there. So with all that being said, I really want to win game 3, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Now the thing is, how do you win game 3? Because we won game 1 when I struggled shooting, but my teammates came through, and we lost game 2 when I had a really good shooting game, really efficient shooting game, and my teammates struggled. So gotta find that little bit of a happy medium as we get the steal right there in Kendall Marshall. Forcing turnovers will definitely help, and getting out in transition and running will be a big part of getting buckets for us, since, you know, it's harder for us to get half-court buckets, or, you know, buckets in like a half-court setting, especially when I'm being double-teamed, as we get the rebound, they call it right there, and Joe Johnson's gonna do a little step back fadeaway jumper right there. I don't know if Joe really had that in his game. Joe doesn't really have much in his game, but he pulled that one out right there. Denny Tice corner 3, perfect release, getting that to go to lead is up to 9 points. So far so good on our mission to get back home court advantage. Problem is, there's Weaver wide open for 3. Bang, he gets it to go. That guy Weaver was struggling from 3 all game long, but he got down when his Denny Tice is not able to finish. Henson with some great defense in the paint. He's going to get a block, and then Jabari Parker and 1. Just like that, after making the free throw, the lead is down to 2. So, you know, off the double team, Steve Novak is only on the court for one reason. Alright, so he's got to make those shots. As Denny Tice gets whacked by John Henson and Dwight Howard. Definitely earned his trip to the free throw line right there. And maybe they got in Denny's head a little bit, because now suddenly Denny throws a key turnover here on the break. Brandon Knight gets blocked by Tice. Tice met him at the rim and rejected him. Steve Novak going to pull up the jumper and get it to go. The lead is up to 5 with under 2 minutes to go. The Bucks are trying to throw everything they have. We're trying to get one last effort going, one last run. Jabari is helping out, and Joe Johnson is also helping out the Bucks by missing a wide open jumper after they double team Tyson. What a beautiful bounce pass to Joe Johnson on the break. The Bucks had a chance to tie the game. Instead, Joe Johnson, I mean, he's got to make it a bucket eventually, as Weaver going to pull up the 3 and bang. Weaver makes it a 2-point game with under a minute to go. These Bucks are scrapping. They need to get a stop, but Denny Tice will not be stopped. At least not right now, because I want to win this game 3 bad. And we got a dunk right there. Jabari for 3. Can't get it to go. That would have made it a 1-point game. Instead, Denny Tice going forward. A dagger, but he cannot nail the 3 that will put the nail in the coffin. Instead, on the break, Weaver tonight to Dwight Howard. Dwight can't get the and once to go, and he's to the free throw line. We actually makes the first free throw. Dwight's not a good free throw shooter. This is not the spot the Bucks want him to be at, and Dwight actually comes through and makes it a 2-point game. So now it's up to Denny Tice to answer as we get the first free throw to go. Second free throw makes it a 2-possession game. This one is big, and Denny Tice, ice water in his veins. 42 points and none more important than that one. One defensive stop will end this game. Knight with the ball, under 10 seconds to go. Weaver for 3. Bang! Weaver says this one's not over just yet. It's a 1-point game. They got to inbound the ball. Joe Johnson gets it and gives it to Tice. Joe Johnson didn't throw it away this time. He gave it to me, and now these are 2 pressure-packed free throws. Denny Tice with the crowd booing him. Look at those thunder sticks clapping. Tice not phasing. Denny Tice swishes the second free throw. It's still a 1-possession game. Bucks out of timeouts with 4.6 seconds left. Trying to deny Knight, but Knight gets the ball. He's racing up the court. Clock against him. Knight! No good. He could not pull Lebron, and we win game 3. Almost let it slip away from us, but at the end of the day, we are up 2-1 the series, something we really needed badly, and thankfully we got, especially thanks to the efforts from Denny Tice. You see that nice stat line right there. So leave a like in the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more NBA 2K15 micro games, and I will catch you guys for game 4.